Hey there, Emil, caught you dreaming, had to stop and smile. You know, the more I see, the more I feel your heart in mine. This bike I'm holding, I've been told, can chase the evening tide. Won't you hop onto these handlebars, we'll take it for a ride. Start out slowly to get our balance straight. Circle all the places close to home. Pedaling seems so easy, you know, I think we've got it made. Feeling so impatient, then the sprocket snaps the chain. But you always seem to know just when to hit the brakes. Lazy pedaling, slowly rolling right up to a hill. Wheels start spinning, traction slipping, soon we're standing still. Then rolling backwards, saying bad words about the ground we's on. It's time we stopped and took a look to see just where we are. All this traffic sprung out of the blue. 10-speed racers passing us on by. And here we sit with busted spokes on a frame of baling wire. We ain't too awful graceful, but I've always liked the ride. Them gears, they'd only wear away, and chrome would lose its shine. Legs feel strong, hearts feel worn, that hill don't seem so tall. And I ain't so scared knowing you're there to catch me when I fall. We came outside to take a ride, not beat upon no wall. If you done your chores, you can use the door, you don't need no crystal ball. Mirage in motion, hear the ocean roar. Salt and spray splash against our skin. Senses rush to tag the waves, the sunset shakes your hand. We ride off to the water, but this time it ain't no sand. It's made of dreams, hearts and schemes, and friends that understand. Well, it started out so easy, just a simple love affair, looking for a new place to grow. Melody, chord, and harmony while rhythm chaperones. And I'd go and get so carried away. I'd go and get so carried away. And as it fades on into view, I watch it dance around the room. I watch it take its very first breath. Then I give it all I got, but you know I smother it half to death. And I go and get so carried away. I go and get so carried away. And I can smell it and I can taste it and I can feel it in my bones. I can hear it calling to me 1,000 miles from home. And I get so damn excited that I lose my self-control. And I reach out, try and grab it, but I crush its very soul. Oh, I go and get so carried away. I go and get so carried away. Well, it's a hazy day that rolls around me now. heading, but I don't know where. And I'm praying for a whisper to fill the air. If I just don't get so carried away. If I just don't get so carried away. Well, it started out so easy, just a simple love affair. Melody, chord, and harmony, while rhythm chaperones. Tower calling Papa, clearing for your takeoff. Wind 7 knots at your tail. Ceiling's 5,000, hope Mama's got her camera, 'cause there's cotton in the clouds today. Taxi down the runway, racing for a liftoff. Mama closes her eyes and holds on. Papa pulls the throttle and straightens out the wobble, and the ship is taking off the ground. Sailing through the sky, Cessna lullaby, wings dipping in the wind, circling silence. Engine humming, distance hypnotizing. And rooftops and fields, flea markets, orchards, and tiny little automobiles. Sailing through the sky, up tag the clouds and turn and glide. Papa's out taking his mama for a Sunday ride. Mama packed a brown bag, lunch at 7,000. Papa takes a bite and puts it down. Said he's feeling kinda queasy, it's the altitude that's got him, and his chest's a little tight right now. Mama turns to Papa, says, "You're looking kinda pale. I think you better turn this plane around." Papa grabs his chest and falls into his seat. "Papa, don't you leave me now." Mama calling tower, "Mayday, mayday, can't you hear me calling out?" Papa's dying, and if you hear me, won't you help me bring him home now? I've never learned to fly. Papa's been the pilot and I've been out enjoying the ride. Tower, hear me call, calling mayday, I can't fly alone. Papa's awful sick and I need your help to bring him home. Tower, calling mama, you're gonna be alright. We're gonna bring your papa home. We're gonna teach you how to fly. You gotta learn to fly. You gotta learn to fly on your own. You're on the radar beam. We're gonna guide you in solo flight. Papa'll be home and in bed by 10 to 9. Right foot, left foot, throttle up and back, checking all the gauges now and then. Circling around the field, fogs are rolling in. Practice another pass again. Final approach and now heading for the runway. Keep the rudder straight and hold on. Holding Papa's hand and waiting for the moment. Takes forever just to touch the ground. 10-point landing, rocky road, understanding, trying to keep it straight in line, holding level. Rolling down the runway, narrow into darkness. And sirens start to scream, flashing lights and passing memories. rolling to a stop, holding Papa's hand, solo flight. Papa's back home and Mama's just learned to fly. Papa's back home and Mama's just learning to fly. Well, I was just passing by, so I thought I'd stop in. I figured you'd be working here tonight. I'll take a cup of that coffee and a sweet pecan roll. You know your hair looks so different in this light. I've been meaning to call you, but you know how it goes. I really haven't had too much time. I've been working all along, I hardly noticed that you're gone. Now don't mind telling you, I think I like this living alone. And I've been doing lots of walking just the way we used to do, but the air's a little colder than before. So I walk a little faster and I cover more ground. You know we used to walk so awful damn slow. And it's so quiet outside that I get lost in my stride. I start doing all my thinking out loud. Another block, another mile, another day and gone. And I don't mind telling you, I think I like this living alone. It don't matter if I make it into bed no more. Sleeping on the couch is just the same. 'Cause there ain't nobody there now in the middle of the night, waking up scared, calling my name. And no more fighting for covers, no disturbing each other, no more lying there and talking till dawn. That bed's been getting bigger every night that you've been gone. And I don't mind telling you, I think I like this living alone. I'll take my check if you please, I gotta get out of here. I know you got some cleaning up to do. I'll be meeting some friends down at the local Shot and Beer. Don't suppose you'd like to come along too? Nah, well, maybe some other day. When you can get away, oh, we'll have to go, we'll have us a ball. I've been working all along, I've hardly noticed that you're gone. And I don't mind telling you, I don't mind telling you. No, I don't mind telling you, I think I like this living alone. I never loved a woman that was a little bit crazy somehow. And when you climbed aboard this old battered buckboard, I kinda figured it was happening now. Two horses lead the road, belongings held in tow. It got a little overcrowded, but we worked our way around it, and you seemed to help balance the load. But this wagon here ain't what you dreamed. It's got broken boards and rails. So you took control, building up my soul. Building, 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 building. Hold them horses back. You gotta hold them horses back. This old buckboard's rolling too fast, and all my wheels are cracking and my spirits are dragging, and I'm running right off the map. Hold them horses back. You gotta pull on the reins, don't let them haul you away. You know you'll never find your own way back. The sun went down and the winds kicked up a bitter dust cloud in the air. So you hop on off and I storm away, running, 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 running. Hold them horses back. You gotta hold them horses back. This old buckboard's rolling too fast, and all my wheels are cracking and my spirits are dragging, and I'm running right off the map. Hold them horses back. Hold them horses back. You gotta pull on the reins, don't let them haul you away. You know you'll never find your own way back. Hold them horses back. This old buckboard's rolling too fast, and all my wheels are cracking and my spirits are dragging, and I'm running and I'm running and I'm running right off the map. Well, tired of always moving and all the rent I'd been losing, and loopholes in a lease I never read. Landlord sells the building and there I go again, looking for another place to live. Well, then one day I saw her at the top of a little hill. She was standing on the edge of her grave. So I walked up a little closer, and there on the windowsill her epitaph read, "This house for sale." Now she's my Saturday morning special, my handyman's delight. Now she's my do-it-yourselfer's dream all the way. And with a little imagination, some good old-fashioned pride, you know that house will be my mansion someday. Well, that friendly banking business, they've been looking out for my interest. They've been shaking my hand when it comes to payment time. But they ain't leaving too much for living, and I'm hanging on the poverty line, trying not to let that mortgage get behind. There's a million things to do, I just can't figure out where to start. My sewer backs up and the stairway's falling down. There's a hole up in my roof and broken windows all around, and I'm wondering if the old foundation's really sound. But she's my Saturday morning special, my handyman's delight, my do-it-yourselfer's dream all the way. And with a little imagination, some good old-fashioned pride, you know that house will be my mansion someday. And lost in my confusion and basic disillusion, I stumble my way through the simplest little chores, like putting them buckets up in the attic in the middle of a thunderstorm, when the ceiling gave way and I fell to the kitchen floor. Yeah, it's band-aids, bumps and bruises and blisters by the score, and every muscle in my body can feel the pain. But for all of her abusing and stubborn old tired ways, well, she can wrap me in a warmth I'll never explain. She's my Saturday morning special, my handyman's delight, my do-it-yourselfer's dream all the way. And with a little imagination, some good old-fashioned pride, you know that house will be my mansion someday. it sure feels good to be home. And I've been gone for so long, you know, it seems like forever, but it sure feels good to be home. I put my foot to the floor in just a few minutes more, you know, the driveway's there on the right. Then I lay in the horn till you come to the door, and then a smile opens up your eyes. Oh, it's so good to be home. I got a home, got a woman, got a whole lot of love, and the bad times are dead and gone. And I'm sitting here believing that I'm never leaving. It's so good to be home. I pick you up off the ground and I spin you around. You know it sure feels good to be home. And I can hear my heart pounding as I set you on down. You know it sure feels good to be home. And then the dogs start jumping and we all take to running, stumbling in the tall green grass. Well, then we both get to rolling down the hill we's a-going, and the garden it's a-coming up fast. Oh, it's so good to be home. I got a home, got a woman, got a whole lot of love, and the bad times are dead and gone. And I'm sitting here believing that I'm never leaving. It's so good to be home. Well, we lie there for hours between the love and the flowers. You know it sure feels good to be home. And as we gaze at the stars, I know the night is all ours, and it sure feels good to be home. And in the cool evening air, we both race for the stairs and wrestle trying to get inside. I get a warm, tender look, I take the phone off the hook, and I got loving you on my mind. Oh, it's so good to be home. I got a home, got a woman, got a whole lot of love, and the bad times are dead and gone. And I'm sitting here believing that I'm never leaving. It's so good to be home. I got a home, got a woman, got a whole lot of love, and the bad times are dead and gone. And I'm sitting here believing that I'm never leaving. It's so good to be home. April morn, baby born, Papa running in from the fields. Ever blue skies as innocence cries on a mother's breast. And all clinging to life. Young sprouts waving in an open field, black dirt is turning green. Mama, for the first time, Papa holds 1,000 dreams. And too young for all them wrinkles, and them tiny little fingers play piano in the parlor someday. Hold a little closer, dig a little lower, furrows in the rows all lining up to heaven, and the baby cries. They're all clinging to life. Walk, cry and talk, mark another inch on the wall. Budding in the fields up to Papa's knees, chasing crickets down and out gathering life. Mama's reading Bullwinkle, chickens in the pan, star potatoes and the carrots by 5. Sing a song of 6pence and out serving her life. Square pegs, square holes, jello in the jello mold, getting off to school on time. Hold a little closer, dig a little lower, furrows in the rows all lining up to heaven, and the baby cries. they're all clinging to life. Steady breeze, changing leaves, winds whispering into an ear. Fields grown tall, papa's grown old, pull the harvest in. And out working for life. Now the grain's in the tower and the firewood's cut, staring in horizon's eyes. Turn to mama in the window, she's still serving her life. So it's all that can be carried, a map to Tipperary, not to papa, and walking out the door. Hold a little closer, dig a little lower, furrows in the rows, all lining up to heaven, and the baby cries. They're all clinging to life. Well, pockets full of seeds, looking for a garden, walking down them long city streets. An able body willing, in training for a pension, must be someone out there in need. And walk, don't walk, no time to talk, no parking here. Restrooms in the rear, looking in the mirror. And knock, 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 and time is up, come out and get back in line. Well, cracking through the concrete, stone cold walls of applications, resumes and reputations past. The hands reach into them pockets, holding seeds and expectations mixed with weeds and reservations, looking back. And criticize with closing eyes and planting blind, be it bush or vine, let the sun decide. And punch the clock of the poet's heart, a station in assembly on the line. Boss man's chores take control, garden gets neglected, one little corner catching all the care. And watching markets trading comforts, price so low full belly comes cheap, but a starving soul ain't getting what it needs. And clear the land one-on-one, no middleman, only calloused hands reaching back again. And another spring's been promised on this ice blue winter's night. Long winter's ending, melting the snow, garden all muddy, tools in a row. Season so fast, harvest so slow, over and over, one in a row. Then planting trees, supple sapling green, bending with the storms that come to herald the spring. Planting trees, summer shade in green, sturdy limbs for climbing, stretching out of the weeds. Garden of soul, lines in a row, weeding from beginning to end. Thistles and thorns, they've been there all along. They got their roots sprouting deep from within. A little bit closer, a little bit older, and starting all over again. Tending the soul, mend a few holes and off again. roots settle in, taking their hold. Branches start budding, blossoms unfold, clipping and pruning, watching them grow. Seeds to the ground and another new row. Then planting trees to catch the morning breeze, spinning to a whisper through the branches and leaves. Planting trees, summer shading green, and autumn's ball a waltzing into winter's dreams. Garden of soul, lives in a row, weeding from beginning to end. Thistles and thorns, they've been there all along. They got their roots sprouting deep from within. A little bit closer, a little bit older, and starting all over again. Tending the soul, mend a few holes and off again. Cold winds blowing and feathers frost the window pane as snowmen come a-shivering through the door. Strangers stop, say hello, cabin fever's left at home, and old Stu Mulligan walks out on the floor. Hey, Stu Mulligan, won't you play them old-time songs again? Hey, Stu Mulligan, won't you play them all again? Well, the moon becomes his kettle, the songs become his meat, and the broth begins to flow from his guitar. Potatoes from the west, spices from the east, and all the flavors that he's gathered from afar. And he stirs it all together with the rhythm in his soul, warms it with his heart and lets it simmer down slow. And hey, Stu Mulligan, won't you play them old-time songs again? Hey, Stu Mulligan, won't you play them all again? Well, a bunch of good time picking, some tasty rock and roll, and a bushel of that sweet old country corn. Well, then he peppers it with jazz, blends the new and with the old, and then he seasons out a style that's all his own. And he stirs it all together with the rhythm in his soul, warms it with his heart and lets it simmer down slow. And hey, Stu Mulligan, won't you play them old-time songs again? Hey, Stu Mulligan, won't you play them all again? Cold winds blowing and feathers frost the window pane. Stu scrapes out the bottom of the pan. Crowds all shouting out for more. He serves them up the last encore. Belly's full, he sends them through the door. Hey, Stu Mulligan, won't you play them old-time songs again? Hey, Stu Mulligan, won't you play them all again? 3 wheels go flying by, up to the edge of the stairs they ride, stopping just in the nick of time. They're just a little bit off the beat. Well, that was fun, I'm gonna do it some more, get even closer than I did before. Well, as he races across the floor, he's just a little bit off the beat. Well, the bike goes a-crashing down, head over heels around. But the only one scared was Mama. She got a little bit off the beat, a little bit off the beat, a little bit off the beat. Every kid that you're gonna meet can get a little bit off the beat. Well, the writing is on the wall, and the artist is on her knees. Hey, yellow and blue make green. She's just a little bit off the beat. So she wakes up her sleeping dad. Look, I got something you gotta see. Well, Dad stumbles up to his feet. He's just a little bit off the beat. Well, she tows him on down the hall to the magic upon the wall. but he just grumbles when he sees it all. He got a little bit off the beat, a little bit off the beat, a little bit off the beat. Every kid that you're gonna meet can get a little bit off the beat. And hey, Mom, don't look now, but you better come quick, 'cause the water's overflowing from the toilet again. And Dad, don't get mad, but you know your new coat, well, it got stuck inside the toilet when it overflowed. It just fell by itself to the toilet by itself. I only flushed it by mistake, you see. Oh, Dad, don't get mad. He got a little bit off the beat, a little bit off the beat, a little bit off the beat. Every kid that you're gonna meet can get a little bit off the beat. Well, her eyes spring open wide to see Tiger up a tree so high. Wow, I didn't know cats could fly. She's just a little bit off the beat. She drags Barney up to her room. Come on, Barney, you're gonna try it too. But out the window, Barney sees his doom and gets a little bit off the beat. Old Barney comes scrambling in, heading straight underneath the bed. He ain't never coming out again. That kid's a little bit off the beat, a little bit off the beat, a little bit off the beat. Every kid that you're gonna meet can get a little bit off the beat. And I'm a little bit off the beat, and you're all a little bit off the beat. And every kid that you're gonna meet can get a little bit off the beat.